Alright, so let's take a look at number 7. Number 7 is currently here in standard form, and our goal is to convert it to vertex form. So the very first thing we have to do is identify our A and B. In this case, we've got a negative out in front of our x squared term. So remember, that's the same thing as saying it's a negative 1. So in this case, our A is actually negative 1. Our B, on the other hand, is the coefficient to our x term, which in this case is negative 4. So our A is negative 1 and our B is negative 4. Now we can find K. Now we can find H. We have a formula for H. It is the opposite of B over 2 times A. So we're going to take the opposite sign of whatever our B is. So in this case, the opposite sign would be 4 over 2 from our formula times A. Well, our A is negative 1. So let's simplify this. We have 4 over 2 times negative 1. That's negative 2. And we can simplify that more. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. Okay, so now we're ready to find K. How do we find K? We actually plug it back into the original equation. So every time we see an x, we're going to plug in a negative 2 in parentheses. So what we have in our original equation is negative, then there's an x, so we're going to plug in parentheses negative 2, squared, minus 4. We come across another x, so we're going to put in parentheses negative 2, minus 3. Now, when we plug that into our calculator, we're going to get an answer, and the answer is going to be 1. If you did not get that exact answer from your calculator, I want you to go back in and plug this in exactly as is, and you should get 1. If you've tried it again and you still don't get the 1, please see me. Please see Miss Lewis, and we can walk through and figure out what's going wrong. You don't want to make a calculator error when you do these types of problems. Okay, so now that we've got H and K, remember that's our vertex. We actually have our vertex at negative 2, 1. But that's not vertex form. We've actually got to go all the way to putting it into vertex form. Here's our formula for vertex form right down here. So let's start plugging in what we have. We've got y equals A. Well, A is right here. That's negative 1. Okay, parentheses, x. Now, this is our formula here. It says negative h. What that really means is the opposite sign of h. So whatever we have for h, we're going to put the opposite sign down. Our h is negative 2, so we're going to put down positive 2, close parentheses, squared. And then we've got k. Plus k means we're going to put down the same sign that we have. So we're going to put down plus 1. And there's our final answer for number 7.